Effective Self-Organized Team Traits, the Business Challenge, developed by Sriram Rajagopalan for Agile Training Champions. As we embark on the journey to gain insights into the effective team traits, let us look closely on the term effectiveness. This term holds subjective interpretation and its meaning differs by place, person, and time. Often, many mix efficiency and effectiveness. So, shall we agree on what effective means before continuing on the journey? Peter Drucker, the management guru, differentiated efficiency from effectiveness. He reasoned that efficiency is doing the thing right and refers to maintaining the status quo. According to Drucker, doing the right thing is effectiveness because the team is driven and collaborative to lead change and address the business need. As the team matures towards a unified goal, some effective traits become commonplace. Journey milestones. Today's business environment has seen scores of innovative management thinking. Frederick Taylor's scientific management in 1911 started a major quest to balance the things of production and the humanity of production. Even in a period where massive industrial automation flourished, Mary Parker Follett promoted management thinking as power with rather than power over workers, laying foundations of participatory management. Henry Foyle recommended the separation of functions, emphasizing the importance of role clarity in planning. Numerous studies evolved to understand the productivity of workers and motivate workforce. With businesses looking for corporate growth, social identity, and economic stability, foreign direct investment and outsourcing evolved, where movement of jobs became commonplace to stay competitive in the global marketplace. Thomas Friedman's synopsis of the world being flat is a reality today, with globally diverse workforce working across multiple time zones. In addition, access to work is a few clicks away, where work is brought to the smart mobile phones or the workers' home computers through a virtual private network. These trends pave the foundation for a remarkable set of challenges for the team that may be distributed and remote, collaborate using computer-supported collaboration tools, and traverse cultural and generational barriers. Let us see some examples of these business challenges. Understanding change in roles. Most of us have heard the famous words that doing the same thing repeatedly and expecting different results is the root cause of insanity. Now, if creative ideas have not been explored, how could businesses succeed? Michael Porter published in the Harvard Business Review an article around 1979 about the 5 forces that shaped the industry. These 5 forces were the rivalry among competition, threat of new entrants, bargaining power of suppliers and buyers, and the threat of substitute products. Customers, who are the primary reason for a business to exist, always ask for more, better, cheaper, and faster so that they can stay competitive. The roles such as salesmen, account managers, and client relationship directors work directly with the clients to understand their needs. When they stretch what the organization can do, the internal teams resent, asking, "Why not sell what we make?" The internal teams are the execution wing, and if the sale involves making a plane when we are in the business of making a car, their frustration is quite understandable. there develops the first business challenge, bridging the needs of the customer and the capabilities within an organization. Disconnects within the flatter hierarchy. The second business challenge is the disconnect between top management that looks for results and the worker bees that burn their efforts, with the middle management not bridging the gap. Unrealistic timelines are thrust on the team to deliver. Operating under the lean model where adding resources impacts the financial bottom line, top management seeks solutions on how to do more with less. Caught between these two dimensions, the middle management, made up of functional managers, resource managers, product managers, project managers, and account managers, use change control board, project governance, balanced scorecard, development practices, quality management principles, and scores of matrices like payback policy, return on investment, internal rate of return, and net present value to prioritize work. Still, the gap between financial profitability and workforce productivity only widens as conflicts arise when multiple projects with equal priorities percolate to the top. Impractical expectations of managing operations along with development by the same fewer employees invite work-life balances, etc. Trust therefore erodes and management fights to retain the knowledge workers. Like Nandan Nilekani says, the top challenge is making the employees return to work the next day. Yet another paradigm shift is the change in methodologies on how to deliver work. Compared to the traditional waterfall method of developing a product, the Agile principles involve the customer frequently and embraced incorporating change to adjust the customer's needs. In a recently published 2013 survey of the state of Scrum by Scrum Alliance, 41% of organizations surveyed in multiple industries across 70 countries are moving into the Agile approach to product development, with Scrum being the most widely used Agile method, followed by Kanban and Lean approaches. Now, it is not that the waterfall itself is a failure, because several of the large projects like development of nuclear submarines that promoted the PERT approaches did well under the waterfall methodology, but corporations lack the funding available for ongoing support for large projects like the government projects. Besides, faster demand to market and early movers advantage are requiring businesses to deliver incremental updates to keep the customer. Many middle-level business units address that need, but little do they prepare the workforce for newer practices. The cultural and generational makeup of the workforce and demands of the customers in the marketplace becomes challenging for organizations to address. So, what does the client want? In a 2001 study conducted by Noel Kaplan on issues that the client expected, the client interfacing roles to know the clients are bothered when sales, product owners, or account managers fail to show a good understanding of the market or industrial forces that shape the industry. For instance, one's lack of understanding about the internal and disclosure controls required of Sarbanes-Oxley Act in a financial industry may dissuade a client to consider awarding the next contract to someone else. Similarly, the lack of understanding of how a product or service recommended will address the client's needs will only deter the client to consider alternatives. Combined with asking unnecessary meetings, inadequate follow-up, and dependency on collaborative team presence to make decisions, it can be synthesized from the study that these factors contribute to more than 70% of reasons of what does not impress the client. On the other hand, when the client interfacing role exhibits a reasonable understanding of how the product works and how the service will bridge the unmet needs of the client, offer to explore creative means of expanding the team's ability within adequate reason, then the soft interpersonal skills along with some good administrative skills like starting and ending meetings on time and a thorough follow-up give reasons why the client will come back. Awakening to the competition. Gone are the days of depression and industrial automation. We have moved into a digital period revolutionized by Salesforce using a real-time data in a convenient tablet to sell insurance policies. Healthcare provider using their mobile phones to look up diagnostic information and pharmaceutical drug-related information. And student population becoming technology savvy, unwilling to recognize a period that didn't even have GPS or Blu-ray devices, but willing to do research on any topic through internet to identify a solution. In a globally shrunk workforce, reaching to a peer worker is only a Skype call, IM chat, or a text message away. No longer are major organizations like Honda and Siemens establishing presence in a foreign land. Money moves predominantly electronically. All these trends mean team is managed either by a younger generation or through remote locations with limited face time. The generational gaps become difficult to balance as management expects their workforce to challenge the status quo creatively, but the workforce yields to fear. Processes are considered prescriptively by some while adaptively by another. Short bursts of communication update through IM, SMS, or update through wiki are preferred over long conversations over phone, ultimately leading to a lack of high touch in a high-tech workforce. Constant connectivity to work through desktop and smartphones leads to work-life imbalance. To understand these better, let us explore some of the strengths and challenges of the generational gaps.